What's up, guys? This is Matt. That's Dan. That's Dave. And that's Opie way over there. And you're watching Gang Punch Weekly for the week of January 24th. I just said it, and I had to look at the calendar again. We are coming at you again this week to talk more gaming news and to talk about some of the stuff we've been playing over the last week. Let's go ahead and get started with the news. Dan, you've got a few things.
The news that is the news that is ready to be the news of the news. We'll shoot through a few articles here, just a few little things that tidbits happened over the past week. So let's start off with the Super Bowl. Pokemon has bought Super Bowl time.
I saw that.
That's going on. About a minute 30. It doesn't really show any Pokemon stuff. It's about their 20th anniversary. They're celebrating it.
20 years.
They're actually Pokemon's actually playing the halftime show.
Okay. It cost about $8 to $10 million to be on that spot. They are. It's just a quick little video with a bunch of "I can do it, I can do that, I can do that," and some Pokemon at the end.
Does it show like big Peyton Manning pulling out a Pokeball and I choose you and throwing a
I choose you.
And choose you, receiver from Denver.
I choose you. Emmanuel Sanders.
And I think this is kind of a push for next year when they do that iPad Apple or the app where it's kind of like geocaching for Pokemon out in real life.
Oh, right?
Which actually kind of look cool.
Yeah, I agree. It looks really, really neat.
Because geocaching is cool. I don't care what you guys say.
We didn't say anything bad about it.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
You used to give me hell about it a long time ago.
I never gave you
when it was first a thing.
So.
About it at
nope,
all.
I don't think
or maybe
so.
It was the people at work. I don't know.
I feel
like
maybe it was your imaginary friend.
Anyway, so there you go. Pokemon dropping cash, 20 years old, showing off at the Super Bowl. Move off there. We're going to go over here to the other big guy, Apple. Maybe jumping into the virtual reality race.
What?
Financial Times said that they just hired Doug Bowman, who is a professor at Virginia Tech, who worked in three-dimensional user interfaces. And they've been picking up patents and some other odd things to maybe compete with Samsung, Sony, HTC, and Oculus. So we may see an Apple headset, and then everybody will think virtual's here because Apple did it.
Right.
So,
what's this new virtual thing?
Thanks, Apple, for showing us something we didn't need again, but we'll all go buy it in droves because we're all sheep.
We'll all buy it. Nobody will buy VR until there's an Apple logo on it, and then everybody will buy it.
And everybody has to own it and say how cool they are because they got the Apple one.
This is so innovative.
Battery life.
But wait, so what? So it's going to be a headset that you plug into your iPad?
There's no information about it. It just says a guy got hired from Virginia Tech that used to work on VR. That's all that's said in the article.
So it's a headset that you plug in your iPad.
Yes.
That's what I picked up from the article.
So my iPhone can reboot, and I can feel like I'm like in it.
That's exactly what it said.
When it doesn't respond,
I'll send you the link. You can read all of it.
So basically, Apple's going to get the cardboard cutouts for the iPhone,
right?
And then that's their VR, and then everyone thinks that's how it's going to be.
They're going to get the Google cardboard.
$300 for it,
and
that's their VR.
Nothing about anything.
Yeah,
you guys
like
don't even know how to
my
read
Batman
words.
wallpaper. I feel like I'm in Gotham City right now.
You guys don't even know words.
But it's Apple, so it's
yeah.
Now that we've completely speculated about everything in the Apple's VR race, let's move over to another racing game called Rocket League.
Yes.
Rocket League Season 2 is rolling out, and they are changing up the way they do rankings. The quote from the article is, the aim of Season 2 is to de-emphasize the importance of single wins or losses and put the focus where it belongs, consistently playing well and improving your game over time, not stressing over individual losses. So I'm guessing right now, I don't play in ranked. I play just in just in regular casual league and goof off. But I guess in ranked, if you get like a couple losses, and it's a lot with a bunch of other games with ranked positions, if you lose a couple times, you drop. That drop is easy. To get back up is very hard. So they're kind of changing the emphasis on the better your skills get within each game, the higher your rank moves up. They're getting rid of the top level. They have 12 new levels in it, and the top level used to be the top 100. That's all that can be in it. That's gone. They're still going to have the top 100 list, but no longer will it be limited to a certain amount of people within the top level tier of play. And it's all based on skill. It's not based on wins this time. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that, whether it's scores, assists, blocks.
Probably all of it.
Yeah, so they'll probably take that as opposed to being just on a sucky team. It'll take a lot for you to drop down a rank and a lot to move up, so they're kind of balancing it out.
Are you guys going to let me play this game with you because I am
Well,
the?
you're not really into soccer,
Right.
So,
You're not
So
soccer fans like we are.
It has
Yeah.
a well. I mean, I've watched your guys' streams and watched you play a little bit, and there's a lot to be. There's a lot I can teach you about your formation, formations,
you don't
and
even know
just
soccer. So I
sharing.
don't-
Just
you just saw a ball on a field. Matt
No,
sees
it's-
precision soccer field ready to roll. That's
That's
how
right.
he sees it. He's like a
I know.
tactician out there.
listen.
It's brilliant.
I'm like a surgeon with a soccer ball and a car. Sure.
Actually, Rocket League is a lot of fun. Anybody who doesn't
Yeah,
understand
it
it,
does look really fun.
It's on
it is
sale
so
right
much fun
now.
to jump in for 30 minutes and just play and have a blast. You get a super cool kick or a goal, and you're just happy forever. I know I cheer like a crazy person.
a
every
super
time I
cool
do it.
kick.
Yep.
That's what they call
You know, you
it.
get that jumping air shot with your car. Boom. It's super awesome.
We're going to be playing that on our 24-hour Extra Life stream on
Yes.
Saturday, February 20th. We'll talk more about that in a minute.
Yep. So I got one more article to round it out with 4, and that is that Overwatch beta is returning, but it is not returning until February. So Kaplan came back on the forums and dropped a big bomb on everybody, saying, "Hey, we had told you guys before we closed beta before Christmas we were going to back it up into January and bring in all the ranks and the progression abilities and everything to it." As they've been working on it, they've listened to player feedback and they've noticed that people want a different mode instead of just the cargo and then taking
I
points.
saw this, yes.
So they've decided they're building a brand new mode in the game, and they want to, instead of bring out this patch with the beta, they want to have this done before the beta comes out. So he's like, we want to do it all together when it comes out back in beta, so you guys can experience it all. We don't have to do another big patch down the road; they'll all be there. So they backed it off from January. It'll hit late February. I'm guessing probably between I don't know, maybe somewhere 14th through the 20th, somewhere in mid-February. That'll come back, hopefully. And they're also going to do another round of invites to close beta when that happens. And we'll have a brand new mode, and we'll have the progression system and ranks to go by. Myself, Matt, and Tim have all played Overwatch a lot, and it is amazing. It's a Blizzard game, and they do games right, and they did this really, really well. So I am super stoked about it. But
It
I
is
can't
just
wait
it is
to
just
come
a
out.
quality Blizzard game, for real. Like Blizzard, I don't really think there's many Blizzard detractors. It's just a quality game from Blizzard. It's fun. The characters are awesome. Like I wanted it all it is a shooter, but I want to know more about the characters and the lore and the world. Like it's amazing how they just came up with this brand new IP. I want to know about it.
Blizzard does a really good job of making a game feel like it's been there a while and has a huge backstory.
Yeah, and
It's,
Blizzard does a really good job of making something out of nothing. I mean, they just think this crap up.
Yeah, I mean this
I
came
mean,
out of nowhere.
they've got
It's not
they've
related
got
to
the
anything.
most. Yeah, it's not related to anything. There's nothing that Blizzard has done that relates to any of these characters. There's nothing.
Right.
There's no lore about them, right?
Right.
Nope, it's a brand new IP. Everything's brand
But
new.
there will
together.
be.
Yeah, there will be.
Yeah.
They've got great people to create this stuff, and it's under the Blizzard name, and you know they take the time to make sure the gameplay is there and that it's good and easy to use. And from the beta we've already tried last year, it is in great shape, and it's just going to get better from there. It's a lot of fun. Everybody should experience it. It's one of my most anticipated games of the year. And it's on a lot of top 10 lists for this year and probably top 5 lists of people who are waiting for this to come out. And lots of games you really don't have an opportunity to talk really big about unless you've been part of it. And I can say from experience, yes, I've been part of this, and it is amazing. So
Yeah,
I
it's
can't wait
fantastic.
for what comes out, and it'll be good. But that's it for News of the Week.
That was awesome. Good job, Dan. Good on you. So we also, I wouldn't say I played it a little bit, but you guys mostly, over this last week have gotten back into Star Wars, the Old Republic.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars, the
Star
Old
Wars.
Republic.
They
Marriage.
just
Marriage is what brings us together today.
Well, I guess you guys don't even realize that just back in December there was a movie that opened and it did
Yeah,
really
Hateful
well in the
Eight.
box
Right,
office.
Super
and
good.
Never-
Hateful
It kind
Eight's
of
great.
but no, Star Wars came back out in December and it kind of started stirring the proverbial juices again for for that whole thing. So me being a little bit of a Star Wars nerd,
Him being a
you know,
juicer.
and if you follow me on social media, I kind of got out some of my some of the old collections, some of the action figures and things like that. Started messing around those, and letting the boy play with them, and putting them back together. Where when he was a youngster, he would, they kind of got scattered, but kind of doing a little refurbishing. So I thought, you know what, Star Wars is free to play, and I played to level 50, which is the first cap, and I decided to reinstall it and get back into it for free. So it lets you go back in. I could get into all my characters, and I just was kind of feeling it. So I decided to sub back up again, and then Dan I think followed, and Tim followed it. But
now I'm playing the free account.
Yeah, he's playing the free.
Yeah,
but,
just because I don't know how long I'll stick with it this time.
Yeah,
but it is fun.
It's
fun playing with people. Playing by myself, I don't really enjoy because I get killed a lot. So I like being on there with someone else to help out. But
do you run your companion with you when you play by yourself?
No.
Okay, then that's probably why you
probably should.
You need to summon your companion and to run with you.
You need to summon a companion.
Anyway, a lot has changed in the game since I last got out of the game. From what I can remember, Star Wars is basically you're a main character. You go through your storyline and you pick up companions along the way. Companions do certain tasks for you if you're depending on what crafting or whatever trade skill you've got going on, these companions can go on quests, yada yada yada. Each companion can run alongside you if you're running solo, and you can select what you want them to do, either DPS, heal, or tank. When I got out of it in the beginning, the companions were pretty much had gear slots just like you, and you had to kind of juggle gear and compare gear for not only your character but several different other companions. But since now that I've got back into it, they seem to have removed all that now that you don't have to worry about juggling it. Some other changes are basically the cartel system, which since they went free to play, they do a lot of in-game transactions, and the cartel market is kind of like pay money for coin for this in-game currency, and then you buy.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm annoyed by it, and I can understand why they do it because they want money. They need to have some kind of revenue for running the servers, but a lot of MMOs come out, and if they go free to play, they leave it completely open, and they use the microtransactions for cosmetics and mounts and things like that to look for this. You actually need to do it to be able to do flashpoints or raids, or even expand your inventory, or things like that, which is kind of a little annoying. I even bought some cartel credits just to get another slot in my inventory.
Yeah,
so that's a little annoying.
I got a bunch of free cartel credits for subbing back up, or just having so many levels or whatever it was, and I was going to expand my inventory. Now, when you go to expand your inventory slots, it gives you a choice. You want to spend cartel tokens, or do you want to spend credits, like your in-game money for your character? Well, I thought, I'll buy a couple of slots with my leftover cartel money, and then I'll go over and buy, spend a little bit of credit money and do that. Well, the stupid thing, when I spent the cartel tokens, it upped the level on my regular money too. I thought it would leave it at the same amount so I could use those ladders, or use kind of work both angles, but no, it wouldn't let you do that. It pretty much moved that up too, because I was a little mad about that. But
I got you.
I bought a Tauntaun mount, so I'm good.
You're all
good. But yeah, there's still a lot to shuffle around. Lots of storylines. On February 11th, they're releasing another. They call it an expansion. If you sub, it's free. So I'm thinking it's more like when WoW releases a big patch.
Yeah.
Probably. It's kind of a big patch instead of
Guild Wars. When Guild Wars does their expansions, they actually keep paying for the expansion. What's the game that Final Fantasy? Yeah, it's just a big patch. Go with
right. But anyway, just to wrap things up, the last expansion. The last expansion was the Hut Cartel expansion that they actually paid for, and then it made it paid for, and then I think they decided, we're not making as much money, and that's when they kind of just started clumping everything together.
The last one was the Fallen.
That's February 11th. That's coming up.
The Two Brothers?
Knights of the Falling Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's coming up February 11th. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was already in there. Okay.
It's coming up February 11th next month.
Can I have a yellow lightsaber like they do?
Yeah, if you
That's what I said, and Opie said that the yellow lightsabers are dumb.
Well,
if you,
they
if
are
you
for you
watch
now. For me,
our
I'm a Jedi.
YouTubers, the Retro Blasting group, they'll explain to you why the yellow lightsabers are dumb. That's okay.
Well, I mean, if you have to take all your opinions from someone else, we understand.
Anyway, well, it's the right opinion, so
Oh, yeah.
so
Well, he didn't even back down on that. He straight up just told me.
it makes a lot of sense. So yeah. Anyway, but that's about it. It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
So,
No,
news. Go ahead,
how are the quests though? Are they still? Because I remember when I played it when we first got into it, I kind of felt like that was the most WoW-like MMO that I had played. Like the quests were pretty good, but when I got back into it, I created a bounty hunter just because I was just screwing around with it. This was about 2 weeks ago. No, that was this past week. That's why we're talking about it. And it was just like, go here and kill 3 of these guys.
Well,
go here and kill 4 of those guys. And
I hit 51, and that starts the hut expansion. So there's a new planet that you go to start that quest line. And basically, it's exactly the same thing. You fly to the planet, you go follow the map to the points, you kill the guys or blow up something or gather something. It's the same. It's exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah, the quests haven't really changed. Now I really can't speak for raids or instances. So I haven't been in one of those in a while. So other than that, I've never really played an MMO that kind of goes away from that. It's what you kind of expect with an MMO, but
it's free to play, and like we said with Devilian a couple weeks back, I mean it's good for being free to play. You can subscribe if you want to, and you get some extra bonuses. But if you don't want to, you can still get a fun enough game. So yeah, I mean it's we recommend it.
Well, that's what I did. So fun or no fun, that's what I did the last week.
It was. I've had a good time running with you and Tim and doing the 2-man plus missions. They give a lot of money and a lot of really cool stuff. I've had a good time doing it.
And I think if you really get into it, I think that they've dumbed it down so much like WoW that the experience, like we leveled really fast doing those quests. So I think that if we really wanted to,
but it's still difficult, man. Well, maybe because I don't have my companion, but it's still difficult. I get killed all the time.
Well, it sounded like you guys were having fun with it when we were all on here and you guys were playing. It sounded like you guys were having fun.
Yep.
So that's it for news and games and stuff. Before we sign off, we do want to remind you that on Saturday, February 20th, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we will be live streaming for 24 hours. We are doing the Extra Life Gaming for Charity. It supports Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. We're trying to raise some money for the hospital here in Chattanooga. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to be playing a lot of different games. We're going to be having fun. All of us are going to be on pretty much the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's just going to. I mean, man, it's going to be fun. I don't know. It's going to be interesting because I haven't.
Guys, we have tons of giveaways. Please be there.
Yeah, giveaways and stuff.
Give just $1. It's okay. If you give, we have giveaways for you.
If you donate any amount whatsoever, you are entered. For a giveaway. It does not matter how much. Anything.
We're trying. Now, this isn't a definite, but we are trying for a giveaway an hour. Giveaway.
That's the goal, but don't hold us to that yet.
Right. That's what I said. I prefaced it. That is our goal.
Yeah.
And if we can get to that point, it's going to be pretty awesome.
Definitely. And that's going to be on twitch.tv/nerdpunch. And we're going to be streaming maybe on our YouTube gaming site. And we have a couple of other auxiliary Nerd Punch channels on Twitch too, so we will have the full link. Everything will be on the Twitch page, different links and stuff like that. Twitch.tv/nerdpunch. Everything will be there. Saturday, February 20th, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Be sure to come help out. But that's it, guys. So if you want to check out all the other cool stuff that we're talking about online or seeing, you can go to nerdpunch.com. You can follow us on Twitter.com/nerdpunch, Facebook.com/nerdpunch, YouTube.com/nerdpunch for all the cool stuff. There's
if there's a Nerd Punch there, it's probably us.
Yeah, right. There's no other Nerd Punch like us in the world, I would be willing to say. But yeah, so all those places, nerdpunch.com. You can also check our schedule, which hasn't been updated in a little while, but we're going to do that because we've got this show that we're doing every week, some other ones coming up. But I think that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. And until next time, we'll talk to you later. See ya.
Bye.
See you guys.